So I just wanted to show you, this is the calendar that our ancestors went by. First of all, I do want to let you see the literature. You can pause this and you can read it for yourself. But yep, it's 364 days. You see that Book of Jubilees, 6, 32, 33. 364 days a year. Okay, so now here. Okay. So for instance, you see where it says new moon, new moon, new moon, and new moon? That's because those, like I said, they represent the 4 seasons. So do you see that new moon right here? So this month, this is bringing in spring. This is bringing in spring. See how each has a 30 day, each month has 30 days, right? See? But that third month has 31 days because of that new moon, or the new month, or the season. See how it's going into summer? See? 30, 30, 31 because of the, now it's going into fall. 30, 30, 31. Now it's going into winter and back around onto spring. That's how you know everything this white man done taught us is a fucking lie, bro. It's a lie. That's why they have to do all of the this is why they have to do all of that 365. That's why they got to do that 365 point something. All of that is confusion. That's all confusion. They don't want us to get back on alignment with the heavenly bodies, because the heavenly realm has never lost its course. It's always been on this. We are the ones that have been swayed away. And it tells you in the book of Daniel, I've already shared this, that people think to change times and laws, and so this is what they've been doing. They don't want you to know that there's 4 months in a year with 31 days, because that 31st day brings in a new season. And that's a celebration to God. That's a celebration for his creation. So they don't want you to know that. And like I was saying, in Islam, they have 364 different gods that they would worship each day. That proves that even in the Eastern world, even in Hinduism and Taoism and all of these other religions, whose gods are fallen angels, it was like 200 something different gods, angels, that made a pact. Those watchers that I was just talking about on the last video, it was about 200 of them that came down here. Earlier on one of my Instagrams, I shared something about the movie where in the movies where you be seeing the stars come up the mountains, and then they form around that mountain. They form that circle around the mountain. I think it's for Paramount. That is symbolism. That is talking about the angels or stars coming down as the watchers and taking wives, and they made a pact. And so those are the 200 angels that came down here. They taught women how to do makeup. They taught them about makeup. Taught a variety of different things: war, how to make weapons, and witchcraft, magic, sorcery. All of that stems from those 200 angels that came down here and made a pact on that mountain. And so that's where they gathered to meet. And so, yes, our times have been, uh, you know, distorted, 100%. And so they don't want us to get back on alignment, but the gig is up. We are learning, and we are getting back to our roots. And so, like I said, this is not to try to force anybody to do anything. This is just information that I know that I'm sharing. Um, but it does make you think. Just think about it. Why do we have, you know, leap years and stuff like that? All of that is confusion. The Most High is not the author of confusion. Leap years and stuff like that. All of that stuff is just like, you know, um, trying to explain the truth away. Because they don't want you to know that there is a God. He has holy and feast days, or AKA holidays, that he ordained us to celebrate. Not Christmas, not Easter, not Thanksgiving, but he had, like, for instance, Purim. Purim is just like Christmas, except for without the Christmas tree, without all the pork and the stuff like that. But you still give gifts, just like on Christmas and stuff. But a lot of people, my people, we don't know that, But Christmas is nothing but a lie, and like I said, they do orgies and all kind of shit on Christmas that you would not even want to partake in. And so I just wanted to show that because I was talking about it on the last video. I just wanted to show this is a Hebrew calendar. You can get these at look up GOCC or Gathering of Christ Church. But it gives you, like, all of the holy days and stuff like that in the Bible. So you can go there. The website is on the calendar. I'm sure you've seen it. I don't have any affiliation with them at all. But it is who I have kind of learned from. Not just them, but a few other people over the last decade or so. So, shout out, thank you, to all the information that I've learned. But yeah, I just wanted to let that be known about the year, and when it's talking about the new moon, is really meaning a new month, meaning a new season, pretty much. Winter, spring, summer, fall. So, yeah. Alright, so continuing on in my section titled As in the Days of Noah, I am in the book of Jubilees, and I am in chapter 6. And so in the last video, I was explaining to you about the new moon and how it's really supposed to be a new month, and that there's 4 new months in a year. And they just bring in, the seasons, pretty much, summer, fall, winter, and spring. And so, oh yeah, and according to the Most High, the new year starts in March. It always starts in spring when you see the plants budding and bringing, forth life, and you see the fruit trees, they bearing fruit and stuff like that. So that's when the new year starts, according to the Creator, to the one who created the world, the universe. That's when the new year starts. It does not start in January, in the dead of winter, when everything is dead. And so I'm starting here. And on the new moon of the 3rd month, he went forth from the ark and built an altar on that mountain. So that would be about June, because March is the 1st month. March, April, May. So June. So that new month, that would be summer, the incoming of summer. We know that, June and summer. So that's when he built an altar on the mountain. And he made atonement for the earth, and took a kid and made atonement by his blood for all the guilt of the earth. For everything that had been on it had been destroyed, save those that were in the ark with Noah. And he placed the fat thereof on the altar, and he took an ox and a goat and a sheep and kids and salt and a turtle dove and the young of a dove, and placed a burnt sacrifice on the altar, and poured thereon an offering mingled with oil, and sprinkled wine, and strewed frankincense over everything, and caused a goodly savor to arise, acceptable to the Lord. So basically, he was cooking, he was preparing a meal. And like I said on one of my previous videos, the difference between Cain and Abel, Cain was offering vegetable sacrifices, and Abel was offering meat sacrifices. And so that's why Cain's sacrifices wasn't being accepted, because as you can see what I just read here, he took an ox, a goat, a sheep. He had all different kinds of meats that he was cooking, pretty much grilling. And when you grill stuff, how that smell, how it be smelling all good and stuff. Like I don't know. I remember as a kid when my dad would barbecue, it would smell so good on the grill. Well, that's pretty much what this is. And so that's why I was saying Cain was offering vegetable sacrifices. He was jealous, that his sacrifices wasn't being accepted. His sacrifices wasn't being accepted because he didn't have no meat on there. And so, continuing on, and the Lord smelt the goodly savor, see, and he made a covenant with him that there should not be any more a flood to destroy the earth, that all the days of the earth, seed time and harvest, should never cease. Cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night should not change their order, nor cease forever. And you increase ye and multiply upon earth, and become many upon it, and be a blessing upon it. The fear of you and the dread of you I will inspire in everything that is on the earth and in the sea. Behold, I have given unto you all beasts and all winged things, and everything that moves on the earth, and the fish in the waters, and all things for food, as the green herbs. I have given you all things to eat. But flesh with life thereof, with the blood, ye shall not eat, for the life of all flesh is in the blood. Lest your blood of your lives be required. At the hand of every man, at the hand of every beast, will I require the blood of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God he made man. And you increase ye and multiply on the earth. And Noah and his sons swore that they would not eat any blood that was in any flesh. And he made a covenant before the Lord God forever throughout all generations of the earth in this month. On this account he spake to thee, that thou shouldst make a covenant with the children of Israel in this month upon the mountain with an oath, that thou shouldst sprinkle blood upon them because of all the words of the covenant which the Lord made with them forever. And this testimony is written concerning you, that you should observe it continually, so that you should not eat on any day any blood of beasts or birds or cattle during all the days of the earth. And the man who eats blood of beasts or of cattle or of birds during all the days of the earth, he and his seed shall be rooted out of the land. See, that's why even today, like when I order steak, or if I'm cooking steak, it has to be well done. I can't do nothing like pink at all. No blood, not my burgers, nothing. My baked chicken, everything has to be well done, because I just can't. I can't even. But I know this as well. I know that the life is in the blood of all of us, the creatures, whether you're an animal or not. Your life is in your blood, so that's why I don't eat medium rare steaks and stuff. My stuff has to be well done. And Do thou command the children of Israel to eat no blood, so that their names and their seed may be before the Lord our God continually. And for this law there is no limit of days, for it is forever. They shall observe it through their generations, so that they may continue supplicating on your behalf with blood before the altar every day. And at the time of morning and evening they shall seek forgiveness on your behalf perpetually before the Lord, that they may keep it and not be rooted out. And he gave to Noah and his sons a sign that there should not again be a flood on the earth. He set his bow in the cloud for a sign of the eternal covenant, that there should not again be a flood on the earth to destroy it all the days of earth. For this reason it is ordained and written on the heavenly tablets that they should celebrate the Feast of Weeks in this month once a year, to renew the covenant every year. And this whole festival was celebrated in heaven from the day of creation till the days of Noah, 26 jubilees and 5 weeks of years. And Noah and his sons observed it for 7 jubilees and 1 week of years to the day of Noah's death. And from the day of Noah's death, his sons did away with it until the days of Abraham, and they eat blood. But Abraham observed it, and Isaac and Jacob and his children observed it up to thy days, and in thy days the children of Israel forgot it until ye celebrate it anew on this mountain. And do thou command the children of Israel to observe this festival in all their generations for a commandment unto them. One day in the year and this month they shall celebrate the festival, for it is the Feast of Weeks and the Feast of First Fruits. This feast is twofold and of a double nature, according to what is written and engraven concerning it. Celebrate it. For I have written in the book of the first law, and that which I have written for thee, that thou shouldst celebrate it in its season, one day in the year. And I explained to thee its sacrifices, that the children of Israel should remember and should celebrate it throughout their generations in this month, one day in every year. And on the new moon of the first month, and on the new moon of the fourth month, and on the new moon of the seventh month, and on the new moon of the 10th month are the days of remembrance, and the days of the seasons, and the 4 divisions of the year. These are written and ordained as a testimony forever. And Noah ordained them for himself as feasts for the generations forever, so that they have become thereby a memorial unto him. And on the new moon of the first month he was bidden to make for himself an ark. And on that day the earth became dry, and he opened the ark and saw earth. And on the new moon of the 4th month the mouths of the depths of the abyss beneath were closed. And on the new moon of the 7th month all the mouths of the abysses of the earth were opened, and the waters began to descend into them. And on the new moon of the 10th month the tops of the mountains were seen, and Noah was glad. And on this account he ordained them for himself as feasts for a memorial forever, and thus are they ordained. So all of this stuff connects. Like, basically what I was just pretty much reading, Noah knew these feasts, these seasons. Pretty much he knew the year. He knew all of this stuff from Enoch. All of this stuff was passed down, so he kind of knew all of this stuff. And it's not like, they had calendars or a cell phone with a date and time and stuff. Our ancestors, they had to kind of watch stuff by the seasons, by the stars, by the heavenly bodies. And so this is how they kept track. And so you see when it said the new moon, there's pretty much 4 new moons in a year. But they really are new months, and they just pretty much bring in the seasons. And so that's what I wanted to, talk about here. Pretty much the new moons are pretty much new months, and they just pretty much bring in the seasons uh, of that particular year. For instance, we know that June brings in summer. Summer starts in June. So, and during June, you have what? July. Um, but keep in mind how the calendar is today is off from the calendar according to the Most High. So just keep in mind, and the year is off too, but that's a whole different topic. And they placed them on heavenly tablets. Each had 13 weeks from one to another past their memorial, from the first to the second, and from the second to the third, and from the third to the fourth. And all the days of the commandment will be 250 weeks of days, and these will make the entire year complete. Thus it is engraven and ordained on the heavenly tablets. And there is no neglecting this commandment for a single year or from year to year. And command thou children of Israel that they observe the years according to this reckoning, 364 days, and these will constitute a complete year, and they will not disturb its time from its days and from its feasts, for everything will fall out in them according to their testimony, and they will not leave out any day nor disturb any feast. But if they do neglect and do not observe them according to his commandment, then they will disturb all their seasons, and the years will be dislodged from this order, and they will disturb the seasons, and the years will be dislodged, and they will neglect their ordinances. And all the children of Israel will forget and will not find the path of the years, and will forget the new moons and seasons and Sabbaths, and they will go wrong as to all the orders of the years. For I know that's what they wanted. Remember what I was saying about how they done came up with leap years, and now it's 365 days in a year? Well, that's what they wanted. And so, continuing on, for I know, and from henceforth will I declare it unto thee, and it is not of my own devising, for the book lies written before me on the heavenly tablets. The division of days is ordained, lest they forget the feast of the covenant, and walk according to the feast of the Gentiles after their error and after their ignorance. Let me repeat that again. For I know, and from henceforth will I declare it unto thee, and it is not of my own devising, for the book lies written before me, and on the heavenly tablets the division of days is ordained, lest they forget the feast of the covenant, and walk according to the feast of the Gentiles after their error and after their ignorance. Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Thanksgiving, Halloween, all of these feasts, all of these holidays are Gentile days. Like, for instance, you can do your research and find out that Christmas, even before Christ came and walked the earth in the flesh, Christmas was called Saturnalia. And I think I've spoken about Saturnalia in some of my videos before, but Saturnalia was a big orgy fest. You can look up the names of these. Halloween was called Samhain or Samhain. Before it was called All Hallows Eve. All of these holidays that we celebrate today, they have pagan origins. And these holidays are linked to fallen angels. These holidays are linked to lesser gods, because the pagans always worshipped lesser gods, fallen angels, and so that is what has happened today. For instance, Christmas. Everybody love Christmas because um, we spend so much money during Christmas. We could actually end world hunger. That's a fact. You can Google that. That's how much money we spend during Christmas. And uh, we have a holiday or feast day that was created by the Most High, that we are to do every year. It's just like Christmas. It's just without the Christmas tree. We still gather together with our families. We still give gifts. We still eat foods. Ain't no ham or chitlins on the table because pork is not good for you. But you some turkey, some chicken, fried or baked. Dressing. Macaroni and cheese. Yams. So uh, we have holidays that we do, like the gift giving and stuff like that on. And these feast days, these holy days that were given to us by the Most High, most of them we do gather. We gather, we still cook. It's just like all the other holidays. We only get together and eat. And so I just wanted to, make that clear. Today we follow after the Gentiles, after the pagans holidays, and that was done on purpose. But a lot of our people, we need to learn our history and come back to the ways that we used to celebrate, which is like the holidays, the feast days that was given to us. So continuing on, for there will be those who will surely make observations of the moon, how it disturbs the seasons and comes in from year to year 10 days too soon. Okay, so that's even in some of like the people in the Hebrew community. Some of the people in the Hebrew community, they are off on their feast days because they go by the moon. They're following the Jewish people's calendar, which is still observed by the moon, and it comes in 10 days too soon. For this reason, the years will come up upon them when they will disturb the order and make an abominable day, the day of testimony, an unclean day, a feast day, and they will confound all the days, the holy with the unclean, and the unclean day with the holy, for they will go wrong as to the months and Sabbaths and feasts and jubilees. For this reason I command and testify to thee, that thou mayest testify to them, for after thy death thy children will disturb them, so that they will not make the year 364 days only. And for this reason they will go wrong as to the new moons and seasons and Sabbaths and festivals, and they will eat all kinds of blood with all kinds of flesh. Did that not happen? That did happen. Okay, and so this is going on into chapter 7.